Alright guys, so two things. One, I am kind of sick right now and I kind of sound like raspy and I might start coughing, so I'm sorry about that. And second of all, this is like my third time trying to film this video, so I really hope that I can accurately get my feelings across and really explain to you guys what I'm trying to say, because this video has been very hard for me to film so far. But as a lot of you guys know, the 1-year anniversary, and I hate using that word because to me anniversaries sound like a happy celebration, but the 1-year anniversary, so to speak, of Ryan's passing was last Sunday, and it's been a little while since I really sat down and talked to you guys about grief, and obviously 1 year is a huge milestone, so I figured I would go ahead and just sit down and update you guys on how I've been feeling and what's been going on in my life, and you know, really just opening up to you guys. I don't even know how to start this video, and I think that's why I get so flustered, because you know, there's so many things that I want to say and none of them are really good, so there's no way to really lead into it. But I guess first things first, and most importantly, I want to talk to you guys about my feelings and my mental health, and I guess just like the way that grief has been impacting my life recently. So if any of you guys have ever lost someone, you know that 1 year is a lot of time to really go through the situation and heal from it and learn from it. So honestly, you know, if I'm being completely honest with you guys, I can sit here and truly say that I'm at a pretty good point in my life right now. And I feel like this is needless to say, but obviously no matter what point in my life that I'm at, whether it's today or a year from now or 50 years from now, I'm never going to be happy with the situation. I'm never going to understand why it had to happen. I'm never going to stop missing Ryan or stop loving Ryan or, you know, magically just get over it. That doesn't happen. But a year, like I said, is a lot of time to really grow from a situation. I don't really know how to say this exactly, but I guess I'm just kind of at a point in my life right now where I am starting to go through the acceptance part of grief. And I hate saying that because, like I said, I'm not happy with the situation or acceptant of the situation by any means, but I'm accepting of the point in my life that I'm at. I'm accepting of the fact that there's so many opportunities that I still have and so many good people still in my life. And, you know, I want what's best for myself. I want the best for my future. You know, I still have so many things that I want to achieve in life, and I know that this is where I always get choked up. I know that Ryan would want me to do the best that I can. And moving forward, there are always going to be good days, there are always going to be bad days, but it's getting to a point now where the bad days are fewer and fewer and fewer and the good days are more and more, you know, and I'm starting to find that strength to continue to move forward. And you know, looking back at where my life was a year ago, so today's October 7th, October 6th was Ryan's funeral, so thinking about, you know, what I was like, you know, at Ryan's funeral, all I could think about, you know, as I walked down the aisle with Ryan's family, you know, behind his coffin, all I could think about was, you know, wow, I should have been walking down the aisle at our wedding, you know, not for his funeral. Like, this isn't supposed to happen. And, you know, having no hope for my future and not wanting to move forward, not wanting any other happiness, you know, like, I've really come a very long way. I mean, even just 2 weeks ago, I was at work and I had a total breakdown. I couldn't stop crying. You know, days like that still happen. You know, I'm only 20 years old. I still have so much ahead of me, and I kind of feel like I need to make the most of my future, not only for me, but obviously for Ryan, you know, to make up for all of the missed opportunities that he never got to experience. This video has been so hard for me to film. I just think I'm having a hard time finding the words to accurately describe the feelings that I have right now, you know, and really like explain it to you guys in a way that makes sense. You know, and obviously, like, I don't owe anyone this video, but there are so many girls that I have helped and so many boys that I have helped that have lost someone at my age or relatively the same age, or even if they're, you know, 15 years older than me. Losing a person that you're in love with is so different than losing a relative or losing a friend. And I really feel like those of us that are in that community just need to be there for each other. So by me sitting down and even trying to explain my feelings, I know that there are going to be people that watch this video and they relate to it and say, like, you know, they completely understand the situation that I'm in, and all of a sudden they don't feel alone anymore. That's why, you know, I'm as open as I am with you guys about my grief experience. And also, I love YouTube. I've been making videos since I was, you know, junior in high school. It's been like 4 years now. This is what makes me happy. This is my outlet. This is my source of creativity and, you know, something that I can be passionate about. So I plan on continuing to pursue this and, you know, make the most of it and use it as my outlet. So if you have a problem with that, then you can unsubscribe. You can stop watching my videos because I don't want any negativity. Obviously, it's been a very long and hard journey to get to the point that I'm at right now. And when I think about everything that's happened in this past year, it doesn't even make sense to me. Like, I can't believe that, you know, I went through all of the holidays without him. I can't believe that it's almost the end of 2018. I went back to school in the spring. I did an entire semester while dealing with grief. That blows my mind. I don't know how I did that. You know, and I lived in California for 3 months, which is so unlike me. But, you know, I've really just stepped out of my comfort zone, and it sucks that it took something so awful to be my motivation to do the things that I maybe wouldn't have necessarily done, like living in California. But like, I mean, really grown just so much as a person. You know, I've found so much happiness in myself that I was never able to find before. And I know I've kind of talked about this a little bit in the past, but I don't think you guys really truly understand how much I relied on Ryan. You know, I think that my close friends and my family, I think they understand, because even after dating him for 5 years, you know, as a 20-year-old girl, when I would get to see him, I would get so giddy and excited. And, you know, if it was Friday and I was in class and I knew I was gonna get to see him that night, that's all I could think about. And, you know, my butterflies for him never went away. My excitement for seeing him and being in love with him never went away. And there were so many things in my life, even before the accident, that I was unhappy with, and so many personal battles that I was dealing with. And I just relied on Ryan, not just for a little bit of my happiness, but for all of my happiness. So when I lost him, I had no choice but to, you know, put on my big girl panties and get through it on my own. And obviously I had my family, I have my friends and Ryan's family and you guys, obviously. Like, I have so much support, but at the end of the day, I truly believe that we all only really have ourselves to rely on. I really hope that this video is making some sense to you guys. I feel like I'm just so scatterbrained right now, but that's an accurate representation of what grief is like. You know, there's so many ups and downs. I remember texting Ryan the day of the accident. I still have the text on my phone. But what I was saying to him, and I'm pretty sure my exact words were, every time I'm close to being where I want to be, life says F you and takes that away. And then he died. You know, I was at a point in my life where it felt like nothing was right. Nothing was working out, no matter how hard I tried, no matter how much I worked for something, no matter how much effort I put in. It felt like just nothing was working out for me. And now, a year later, I really truly feel like I'm starting to kind of find happiness again. I'm trying, you know, right now I'm sitting in my new bedroom. And for those of you that don't know, I moved in with my grandma. And that has been one of the best decisions I've made in such a long time. You know, I thought that right now, you know, fall of 2018, before the accident, about a week before the accident, I got my acceptance letter to Ryan's school. And more than anything did I want to move into a dorm and be at school with him. And that's something that I wanted for so long. I tried transferring second semester of freshman year, and that didn't work out. And then fall semester, I was still at community college, and then I got that acceptance letter to transfer to a school, and everything was starting to fall into place. And you know, January I would have moved in and joined a sorority and lived the college life, and I wanted that more than anything, you know. And now I'm at the point in my life where I'm not even in school. I'm living with my grandma. I'm working at Ulta still. You know, those are like, you know, none of these are things that I thought would have happened in my life, but I'm so content and so happy with the way that these things are working. And I hate to say this, but I do sometimes think that, you know, we don't really have control over a lot of things. And I think it goes to show that, you know, obviously things don't go as planned most of the time. Not even just sometimes. I think that most of the time things don't go as planned, but that doesn't mean that things aren't going to work out in the end. And that, you know, it doesn't mean that good things aren't coming, and it doesn't mean that there aren't better things waiting. You know, a year ago, all I wanted was to live in a dorm room and go to Ryan's college. And now, to be completely honest with you guys, I want absolutely nothing to do with that. You know, it wouldn't be right for my life. It wouldn't be right for my mental health. You know, living in a dorm, especially at Ryan's school, I can't even imagine doing that now. You know, it's just really interesting to see how things can change, and your opinion and your viewpoint on things can change, you know, in just a year. I think that my biggest advice to give someone that is going through a similar situation, or not even just grief, but any tough situation, you know, life just keeps throwing curveballs at everyone. You know what I mean? We're all going through our own situations, whether it's grief or anxiety or depression, or you have problems with your family or your marriage, or, you know, whatever it is that you're dealing with, you know, don't give up. I know it sounds so cliche. I know it sounds so much easier said than done, but just don't give up, because you have absolutely no idea what's waiting around the corner. You have no idea what the future holds, and you have no idea what could happen tomorrow. You have no idea what could happen a year from now or 10 years from now. So, I mean, like I said, I was texting Ryan saying it felt like, you know, life just kept screwing me over, but here I am a year later, happy with what's around me, happy with the things happening in my life. And like I said, we're all dealing with our own things, but grief in particular is one of those things that unless you've gone through it, you really don't understand. You know, I can't even tell you how many times I've gotten comments from people saying like, oh my gosh, I can't believe your boyfriend died, and here you are smiling and happy living in California, or, you know, laughing with your friends, or wearing makeup, and, you know, going out and doing all these things. And it's like what? Am I not allowed to continue to live? Am I not allowed to continue to do things that are good for myself and grow as a person? You know, grief absolutely sucks. There's no way around it, but until you have gone through it, you don't really understand what it's like. And I think it is so wrong and unfair for people to judge someone for the way that they are grieving, because every single person grieves differently. I've said this before, and I'll say it again, every relationship is so unique, so every grieving experience is unique. You know, and like I said, I get comments like that a lot, and that's actually something that I really wanted to open up to you guys about in this video. I just wanted to tell you guys that I actually have decided that I'm going to be privating the video that I first filmed telling you about what happened and telling you my story about the accident. And there are a lot of reasons as to why I'm choosing to private that video. But before I tell you those reasons, I do first of all want to say thank you, because I know that majority of you guys have found me because of that video. You know, I'm not oblivious to the fact that it has like 6 million views or whatever it's at now. See, I don't even pay attention to it anymore. But, you know, like, I'm not oblivious to that. I haven't really addressed it on my channel, but I know, and so many loyal and supportive and good subscribers have come out of that video, and I really can't thank you guys enough for just the countless inspiring messages and motivating messages and just love and support that you guys have given me. Like, I really can't explain how helpful that has been. But obviously with any video on the internet, it gets hate. And when you have a video with that many views, the hates can be a lot more prominent. You know, if you have a video with 100 views, you know, you might get one negative comment. But when you have a video with 6 million views, you know, that one turns into thousands, if I had to guess. And you know, it's just gotten to a point where I need to make the decision for my own mental health to private that video. You know, the negativity on it is just completely overwhelming, and I can't even tell you how many times I've sat there and bawled my eyes out reading those comments on that video, or you know, wanting to delete everything because of the comments on that video. And I feel like it's gotten to a point where it has served its purpose. It has reached so many people and helped so many people. You know, at that point in time, I know that that video was the right decision, but now it's to the point where there are memes about it on the internet, and there are people telling me that I'm such an attention whore, or, you know, I'll be on my break at work and I go and check my phone and I have a notification from a comment that says like, oh my god, I can't believe you killed your boyfriend and then you filmed this video to become famous, and you know, you're using his death for publicity, blah 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 blah. Like, and at what point does my mental health become less important than that internet troll's pride? Why is it okay for them to say things like that and get away with it? You know what I mean? And I've thought about privating this video for a very long time, for months and months and months, but I never really wanted to let them win. You know, I always wanted to be the stronger person. I always wanted to be the better person and, you know, have tough skin and say like, oh, those comments don't get to me. But I'm human. They do. They hurt my feelings. Like, you know, I'm not made of stone. So I just really think that it's the best thing to do. You know, I feel like the video has served its purpose and it just keeps resurfacing, and in order for me to continue to grow, I just think that I need to kind of leave that behind me for a little bit. Maybe not forever, you know, maybe eventually I'll make the video public again. But like I said, I'll be on my break at work and see nasty comments. You know, I could be having a really, really good day, and then all it takes is one notification of a comment like that to just ruin my day. So I just really feel like it's the best decision for my mental health moving forward. And then another thing that I really wanted to share with you guys, that's actually a good thing and that I'm so excited about, and I've really been wanting to share with you guys. If you follow me on Instagram, you already know, but Ryan's little brother Brett and his friend June actually released an EP. Their album's called The Ocean, and they wrote these 3 songs, and they kind of represent grief, and they wrote it in memory of Ryan. So if you guys want to go check out those songs, they're available on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, I'm pretty sure like every music platform, and all the proceeds for the songs are actually going toward the Rhythm 19 fund. And I haven't talked to you guys yet about the Rhythm 19 fund on my channel, but Ryan's parents created it in honor of Ryan. Obviously, they went through the Pittsburgh Foundation, and it is a nonprofit that raises money for music education and programs and whatnot. And for those of you that don't know, Ryan was a drummer. It was one of his incredible talents. He was an amazing drummer, and it's something that he was so passionate about, and all of us just want to be able to encourage that and inspire other, you know, musicians in our area. And actually, the day of the accident, Ryan was on his way back to school from a band festival that he was helping at. He was a drumline instructor. So if you guys want to go check out those songs, I sob every time I listen to them. They're so beautifully written, and I'm so proud of Brett and June for writing them. So I'll have the link to the songs in the description box. Also, they did like a little interview type video talking about the songs and explaining why they wrote them and, you know, the meaning behind them. So I'll have that video linked as well if you guys want to watch that. But definitely give the songs a listen. They worked so hard on them, and I think that they turned out perfectly. So yeah, this video has been so scattered. I don't even know what I've talked about at this point, but obviously it was a very hard journey to get to the point that I'm at now, and there's not a day of my life that has passed or will pass that I don't miss Ryan, or that I, you know, stop loving him or anything like that. But I really do feel like I'm at a good point in my life, and moving forward, I'm so excited for what's to come, and I'm so ready for good things, better things, bigger and more exciting things to happen. You know what I mean? I can't thank you guys enough for your endless love and support and messages. It really means the world to me. You guys have no idea. And, you know, I love you all so, so much. Thank you for, you know, tagging along with me on this journey and always being there for me on good days and on bad days. You know, I really want my channel to continue to be a happy place and a motivating place. And, you know, moving forward with content, I might not, you know, talk about grief as much as I used to, and that's just because my channel is a representation of what's going on in my life, you know, at that given moment. Kind of going along with why I'm making that video private. I just feel like in order for me to continue and grow and be happier, you know, I can't be so focused on the past. I have to be focused on the forward and what's good to come. You know, I really wanted to get this video up before I continue with my regular vlogs and beauty stuff, just because as I got closer to the 1 year, and you know, it was like September 25th, I didn't think it was right to post any type of like vlog or beauty video or anything. So I really just wanted to get this up and open up to you guys a little bit about how I've been feeling recently. But yeah, grief sucks. It really does. And honestly, I'm proud of myself for getting to the point that I'm at right now. So I think that's all that I really have to say right now. I know I'm gonna go to edit this video and wish that I would have said something different or remember something that I wanted to say. I don't know, this video has just been very hard for me to film. It's really hard for me to get all these thoughts out. So I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I hope that you guys found this somewhat helpful if you're in a similar situation to me. We all have each other to kind of help through this situation because obviously it just absolutely sucks. So thank you guys for watching this. Thank you for everything over this past year. You have no idea how much it means to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.